Would everybody rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I believe we have some leaders for the Pledge of Allegiance. Flags over here.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, guys. All right, we'll do a roll call. We'll start with Steve.
Steve Kozer.
Sue Cotter. Nicole Vivian McGrath. Debbie Sherman.
Vinny Candela.
Robert Carr.
Mike Crusoe.
Joe Aiucci. All right. Do we have any amendments to the agenda? Any amendments to the agenda? Any amendments to the agenda? Hearing none, we'll move on to approval of minutes, September 23rd, 2025, Board of Education minutes.
Motion to approve the September 23rd, 2025 Board of Education minutes.
Do we have any discussion?
Second.
Sorry. No discussion. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries.
Motion to approve the October 14th, 2025 Board of Education minutes.
Any discussion on that one?
Second.
I'm writing it down. Discussion. Hearing none. All those in favor? Opposed? Abstained? Abstention. We have one abstention with Joe. And the motion carries. Audience of citizens, would anybody like to speak? Would anybody like to speak?
I don't know, I looked at the agenda and I thought we discussed I might have a chance to speak.
Yep, it's number,
It's after liaison report.
Yep.
Board of Ed.
it's number 12, F.
Number two, I didn't get that far. Thank you.
You're welcome. Anybody else? Hearing none. Vinny, do we have any correspondence or communication? Yeah, I don't have anything either. Anybody else have anything? Okay, we're gonna go to number 5, Great Oak Elementary School presentation.
Thank you, everybody, for coming out. I apologize that we don't have more seating. Maybe next time we'll use the cafeteria. We have just a few items for you before you get into the rest of your regular business tonight. We have a presentation from Mrs. Rosem, some of Mrs. Rosem's 5th grade students. We are going to celebrate some students tonight. We have a student here who talked about the Connecticut Kids Governor Program. If you've never heard of that, you're gonna learn some interesting stuff tonight. And then we will share our school improvement goals and how they align to the district plan. So Mrs. Rosem and Ms. Howard are in the back there. We are doing Goes Goes Pink this week. They don't normally match in pink tie-dye.
Yes, you do.
Mrs. Rosem, this is all her and Ms. Howard. They're an excellent team, but Ms. Rosem is barely able to speak. She lost her voice, so she asked if I would read it for her before her kids come out. This year, our class has been focusing on building community and connection through our core values and daily gratitude practice. On the first day of school, we discussed core values, and each student chose 2 core value words that represents what's most important to them. We then posted them on our family board. The board also includes photos students brought in of their families, creating a visual reminder of who and what supports us each day. You see students from her class there, and they're in front of the family board. I know it's hard to see the pictures, but those are all the students' pictures and core values behind them. Every morning, we take a few minutes to practice gratitude by reading from a simple seed and sharing something we're grateful for. It's a calm, positive way to start our day together and help students reflect on the good things in their lives, big and small. Last month, my daughter presented with Mrs. Belmont's 2nd grade class. They read One Word for Kids. When I saw that her class was doing something so similar, I knew I had to come show you all what we've been up to in 5th grade. It brought me so much joy to see that we're building bridges between the schools and helping maintain a positive, connected environment throughout the district. Today, a few of my students will share short reflections they wrote in response to these prompts. How and why did I choose my words as my core values? How does looking at our family board help me throughout the day? And how does focusing on gratitude change or improve my daily outlook? Through this work, students are learning that who they are and the values and people they carry with them shape how they approach each day. It's been a simple but powerful way to strengthen our classroom community, and I'll let them share. Who's up first? Come up together. Go ahead, guys. We have Joseph Keys, Bryson Nees, Juliana Jackson, Julius Quintanilla, and Hannah. Emmy and Hannah.
All right, Joseph's gonna start us off. I chose my core values, family and determination, because determination is like goals in life. That's what drives me to do the stuff that I want to do in the future of having in life. I also chose family because they are always there for me when I need them to be there for me. They always cheer me on. They always make me happy when I'm feeling down. They are always loving, caring, helpful, loyal, faithful, supporting, kind, and truthful. The family board helps me throughout the day by cheering me up when I'm feeling down or when I'm taking a test and I'm stressed. I just turn my head and look at the board and all of the stress goes away and I feel confident. It also makes me feel happy because the picture is from vacation and I love Florida and Key West. It just warms me up inside. It improves my day by thinking of all the good, fun, and awesome things in our lives we get to do, and it just lifts me up throughout the day. It also helps me with all the things I'm grateful for in life, like food, family, discipline, home, determination, fun, teachers, mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, Mrs. Howard, Mrs. Rosa, Mrs. Watershon, math, Miss Lucino, Mr. Cree, Mrs. McGill, manners, homework, student council, sports, friends, hearing, gardening club, anniversary, jobs, leadership, things, band, town meeting, everything I have, and feelings in life that we have, and how we are so lucky to have all this stuff and things in life our parents provide us with.
Next up is Bryson.
I chose my core value, family, because without family, I couldn't do anything. I don't even know where I would go. Every time I feel down, my family is there to help. Also, I feel safe around my family. Also, I choose athleticism as a core value because I play sports, and if I cannot run, then I can't do the thing I like to do when I'm bored. Soccer. Plus, my team will need me, and without me, they may do poorly because in soccer, you need an extra person for a substitute. Soccer is a team sport, so I'm not trying to act like I'm the best because I'm not, but my teammates need me. Our family board helps me throughout the day because when I see my cat or family when I'm tired, I just become happy. And it helps me focus throughout the day. Also, when I'm feeling down and I don't want to work, I just look at the family board and the pictures help me feel more confident. Focusing on gratitude changes and improves my daily outlook because when I think of what I'm grateful for, it changes how I think. I think about the more positive stuff instead of the negative. And it really helps me because then I'm more focused on the teacher and learning.
Juliana.
I picked family and freedom as my core values because I love my family and they are important to me, from going to all my soccer games and supporting me to helping me during dates. An example of that is my mom and dad went outside in my dance rehearsal every day. I also chose freedom because I love to be able to go outside and play with my brother and dog. These core values are important to me in school because before I get on the bus, my mom walks me to the bus and takes a break from her job, and she doesn't have to. She also gives me a hug before I get on the bus. My dad calls my mom at his work every day to tell me to have a great day and asks my mom if she can send a picture of me so we can see it. Looking at the family board and pictures of my family helps me get through the day because when I'm having a bad day and I see my nephew, he cheers me up. Also, when I see my dog, it makes me happy when I miss him. The board also looks like a bunch of families and it makes me smile. The words of encouragement are very important to see what we are grateful for, and that is very empowering. When you see your friends' pictures and you tell them, I saw your picture, it makes them happy. You can also ask them about the picture and they smile when they tell you about it. Focusing on gratitude helps me improve my daily outlook by giving me a goal to complete. For example, when I feel sad, I write in my I am statement, I am happy. I can then try to complete my goal. Some examples in my simple seed are when I wrote, I am proud, I am growing, and I am optimistic. All of these statements help me turn my day around. Also, even when I'm having a good day and I write down who I can make smile today, I can help someone who might be having a bad day. It makes them happy when I make them smile.
Next up is Julia's.
How and why did I choose my words as sorry, just I just made how and why did I choose my words as my core values? Faith is a very important word. It's a word that keeps you going every day. It's a very important word that keeps your brain thinking about hope when something bad happens. For example, if you see someone on road stranded because of a car crash, that's when you hope and pray that he is safe. Day fifth, the love everlasting, with only a few scratches. Faith is a very powerful word that's so powerful that they use it in religions like Hinduism, Christianity, and Islamic religions are with other religions are on a circle that has water, and many people call it earth, on land call it earth. How does looking at your family board help me through the day? Family is one of the most important parts of me, second being my friends. Family is part of the people that bumped into my car 8 or more times, probably out of the church of their car, so it can't even exist in the first place. They gave me the ability to write, think, paint, and film, and other activities. Additionally, to ability to interact with the world we got from Jesus 4.45 billion years ago. I'm grateful for that. I just focusing on gratitude changed my daily outlook. When I focus on gratitude, I almost never think about the bad. I think about the good. The most important things to be grateful for: family, human communication, and the phone, so I can freely communicate with my family and my friends that at least have one.
Next up is me.
I chose family as my core value because if you're having a hard time at school or struggling with homework, then your family can help you get through it. For example, one time I was so frustrated with homework, I asked my mom for help, but she saw how mad I was, so she let me take a break for about 10 minutes. I would be all calmed down and I would start my homework again. I also chose kindness as a core value because no one wants to be bullied or for someone to not be kind to you. You're probably just going to have a bad day. But if people are kind to you, then that could lead you to a good day. You should also just be kind to people because you never know what they might be going through. Just small acts of kindness like smiling or waving at somebody can change the whole day. Next time you see someone who looks down, just go up to them with a smile and see what you can do. Another word that helps me through the day is freedom. When I look at the family board, I see other kids' words that they chose and I see freedom. Freedom helps me get through the day because some schools don't let you use the bathroom, have recess, or have a long lunch. So I'm grateful that our school lets us have all of those things. Looking at the family board helps me get through the day because when I look at it, there are so many positive and uplifting words on the board. For example, family.
Family helps me because it makes me feel comfortable and safe. Also, a class is part of my family. On the board, there are pictures of our families, and every time I look at it, I see my family picture. It just makes me feel good and makes me happier because it was the time we went on a cruise ship to Canada. We had a lot of good memories on that trip. Focusing on gratitude helps me improve my day because if I'm having a bad morning, by the time I get to school, we do Simple C. The little messages and the gratitude part really make me feel better. Think of it this way. Without a pencil box, you have to carry around all your stuff. Without Simple C, I have to carry around all of those bad feelings. Another small thing to be grateful for are books. Some people think books are boring, but I like them. If I have any free time, I'm reading. Reading helps me take my mind off things and being aware that I'm grateful for everything. It also helps me improve my day because before I leave for school, I think about how lucky I am.
I chose the word family as my core value. I chose this word because I love my family. When I think about them, it makes me happy. Sometimes I feel like school is hard, so I think about my family, and it makes it easier. My Titi is my favorite person, and just thinking about her makes me smile. I like the way she cares for me. My mom is my best friend, and I can tell her if I had a hard day and she listens. When I look at the family board, I see a picture of my whole family, my mom, Titi, grandma, and me. It makes me so happy to look at it because I don't get to see them. But when I look at the picture, I remember that they're always there for me. Some things I'm grateful for are my friend Jenna. I'm grateful for her because she's my best friend, and I've known her since second grade. She's always there for me. I'm grateful for Savannah too because she always makes me laugh and she makes me feel better. If I have a bad day, thinking about what I'm grateful for helps me change my perspective. For example, math is really hard. I usually think to myself, this is going to be hard, and it is. Practicing gratitude helps me change my mindset too. This is going to be hard, but I can be positive and I can do it. I also think of my family, and that motivates me to get it done.
Thank you, fifth graders. That was beautiful writing and a beautiful sentiment. I think you guys have seen the Simple C before, the gratitude journals. We're continuing to do that for every class in the building. It's become part of our pledge. It's in the hallway. It's part of town meeting, and it's really permeating the culture. Heather's in the back waving the book. For yourself. We feel strongly here as a staff at GOES that it's our job to have high expectations for academics, but also for these habits of mind like perseverance and kindness and respect, because students learn better in an environment where they come to and feel safe and happy and welcome. So we consider that work just as important as the academic work. And that leads us into our next segment for the students. Boys and girls, if you were invited here tonight, I would ask that you kind of stand up and move to the end of the row, just so when we call your name, it's easier for you to get up here and you're not all trying to trip over one another. So a lot of times when we think about our test scores and you hear about Smarter Balance, everybody talks about the achievement rates, and that's important. But the state puts just as much emphasis on how much our kids grow. Whether you're growing from a 4 to just a higher level of a 4 or moving from a 1 to a 2, that growth is just as important. And we want to celebrate it because, like the quote says, success is no accident. It is hard work, perseverance, learning, studying, sacrifice, and most of all, love of what you are doing or learning to do. And we know that our boys and girls are more than just what they come to school to learn. They have families, they have sports, they may have Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts, help take care of, family members. So to know that they have put in the work and the effort to show this growth, we want to celebrate that tonight, as well as, recognize the hard work of the staff as well for helping create the conditions where those kids can grow. So just to give you, and parents too, I hope you know how important this is for your child. Growth targets that the state sets for students moving from third grade to fourth grade on the Smarter Balance are anywhere from an increase of 45 points up to 82 points, depending on where they started. The students that I'm about to call up all scored over 100 points, some of them well over 100 points from their third grade year to their fourth grade year. So above and beyond any targets that the state has set for anybody. So we are super proud of the hard work that they put into that. Dr. Marino, would you like to come up and shake hands as well? So I will call students up. Ms. Dreiger has your certificate of excellence. Feel free to give a nice formal handshake, and we'll try and pause so your parents can take your picture, okay? All right, we're gonna begin with our students who made over 100 points of growth in both math and ELA. Riley Arsenal. Jacob Henry, also both ELA and math. Also math and ELA, Todd Nihill. Todd's making his way. Great job, Todd. Okay, these students made 100 or more points in math. Dylan Cole. Congratulations, Dylan.
Handshake, I like that.
Chloe Crone. Spencer Curtis. Brooke Dobbins. Ashley Magalhaes. Jeffrey Peralt. Charlie Tucker. Leah Ulanaki. And Noah Wells. All right, these students showed significant growth in ELA. Cora DiGiovanni. I think I saw him come in. Nico. Is he Nico? Yes. Dale Green. Emmett Linari. Oliver Magara. Aaron Matula. Ivy Medina. Cam Norton. Elliot O'Toole. Alexa Ventura. And last but not least, Cooper Woods. All in all, we had 26 students, current fifth graders, that were above that 100 points of growth. So well above what the state expects of them. We know that they're capable of that and so much more, and we're super proud of them. So one more round of applause. And parents, I know it's warm in here and it's a little crowded, so if you need to get on to the next event, by all means, we understand. Thank you for coming. We have one more student who'd like to speak to you tonight. Charlie Tucker is going to come back up along with her teacher, Miss Riccio, just to briefly tell you about Connecticut Kids Governor Program. Very appropriate right now since it's almost election day.
All right, good evening, everyone. So I'm Ms. Riccio. I am a fifth grade science and social studies teacher here at Great Oak Elementary School. And our students had the opportunity to participate in a program called Kid Governor. It is a program that is run not only in Connecticut, but in other states across the United States. And in Kid Governor, it is specifically focusing on fifth graders, learning about our 3 branches of government, how you can solve community issues, making actionable plans to try and create change in community, learning about our checks and balances, everything that goes on in kind of our state level government and what a governor has to do. On top of those lessons, students have the choice to be able to run to be Connecticut's Kid Governor. It is quite a bit of work for all the students who chose to do so. They have a lot of time that they spend thinking about what community issues are important to them, what would help a community not just here in Oxford, but across the state of Connecticut. And then as fifth graders, because of course Charlie here is a fifth grader, so it has to be something fifth graders can put into action. It can't be put back on the adults in their school or the adults throughout the state of Connecticut, but what can fifth graders do to create change? To get to that point, Charlie and 5 other students came up with platforms that have 3 different steps that fifth graders could take action on. They had to present these platforms, and have their classmates vote on the platforms to select who we would be sending to Kid Governor at the state level, because Great Oak Elementary School can only have one nomination. So after they went through all of that work, Charlie was nominated as our school's Kid Governor to put forward our candidate. And the other candidates were so kind to her. They all turned to her and said, "We voted for yours as our second choice. We loved it. We loved yours." I love Charlie's. I'm really proud of her. I'm going to let her take it away and just kind of talk about her experience, though, because she is the one who did so much more work, honestly, than what I did. She put in a lot of effort. So take it away, Charlie.
Good evening. Good evening. My name is Charlie Tucker, and my teacher is Ms. Riccio. Mrs. Wanashon and Mr. Bunce are my other two teachers. Ms. Riccio, my science and social studies teacher, told us that if we wanted to help solve an issue in the state of Connecticut, that we could run for Kid Governor. She told us that 5th grade was going to vote on what community issue people wanted to solve. If people wanted to try running for Kid Governor, we had to come up with our community issue platform. I wanted to help the people in Connecticut, so I decided to try running. First, Ms. Riccio had us choose our community issue we wanted to solve. The problem I chose is mental health. Then, Ms. Riccio had us come up with 3 ways how kids in Connecticut could work towards solving the problem. Then I came up with my 3-step plan. My first step is to have students write letters of encouragement or appreciation to other students around their schools. The second step is to have students in the state of Connecticut do a fundraiser throughout the state to supply fidgets and other common items for students to use when they're feeling overwhelmed. And the last step, 5th graders can reach out to organizations that provide therapy animals and figure out what needs to be done to bring them to schools. We had an election and my platform was chosen. I had to come up with a script and film a video. Ms. Riccio filmed the video early in the morning. She edited the video for me to make it perfect. Some people in my class helped out by being in the last part, saying vote for Charlie. Now the Connecticut Kid Governor's office is picking 7 students as finalists to run in the final election. If I make it, I could be chosen as Connecticut's Kid Governor or serve in the cabinet in the Kid Governor's office. I hope I can make a difference and make people recognize how important mental health is for students. And I hope that I made Ms. Riccio super proud because I love her so much.
Great job, Charlie. We're super proud of her. She put in a lot of extra work, and now we wait to see, I think Friday,
Halloween.
they announced the 7 finalists for the state. And if she is one of those finalists, she'll be able to, all the kids around Connecticut will be able to vote for her. Even if Charlie is not chosen, which would be a silly mistake, the classes that participated get to be part of the voting. So they will get to watch the platforms of the 7 finalists and cast their vote and be part of the process to select the Kid Governor for Connecticut for the next year. So thank you, Ms. Riccio, and thank you, Charlie. Great job. And that just leaves you with us now. Sorry, no more cute kids. Thank you, guys. We will keep our school improvement plan short and sweet. It really aligns very tightly with the district goals that you all have been talking about. So we'll just briefly share how that connects to those, but we're happy to answer any questions that you may have. So key driver 1 for high quality instruction and leadership really is just about making sure that we are doing the best job we can with the district evaluation plan and focusing on that high quality instruction, those strategies, good feedback to teachers, and to make sure that we as administrators are aligned. Karen and I have also already started doing some side-by-side observations, not to stress out teachers. We tell them, listen, we're doing this to make sure we're both on the same page. And we've already started that process. We will continue that process along with our other administrators. So that is key driver 1. I didn't just skip over 2 and 3. I decided to connect key driver 4 because it really connects to this idea of high quality instruction. So for teaching and learning, I know that as a district, we're really looking at what are our strengths, what are our areas for growth. One of the things that we're really trying to do at GOES is change up what professional learning looks and feels like for teachers, because nobody likes to sit and just have a lecture for 2 hours and then try and figure out how to take that back to your classroom. So we're really trying to move away from that one and done or stand and deliver PD. Just like we want our kids to be engaged in lessons, we want our staff to have meaningful opportunities as well. So HQI, I'm sure you've heard from Eric, the high quality instructional strategies. We've kind of put these evidence-based pieces into buckets. So we have creating that learning environment. How are we implementing the curriculum and making sure kids understand what they're supposed to be able to do? And then how are they able to apply that learning, show that learning, work with those new ideas and transfer it? And then how are we as teachers monitoring that learning and making sure we're making those adjustments and accomplishing what we think we're accomplishing? So through our eval system and through our professional learning, we're asking teachers, listen, some of you are already really strong in some of these areas and want to work on other areas. So select one of those areas you want to work on, because teaching is evidence-based, but there's also a lot of nuance, because you have to know, just like if you're a coach, there's lots of plays that you learn, which one is going to work for those players in that situation to get you to your goal. So we're trying to create our own community of experts and ask teachers to try lots of these strategies and figure out what works, and then create the opportunities for them to talk with one another, share these strategies, come visit each other's classrooms in a very low-risk way, but really learn from each other and not from somebody who's just going to stand up in front of them for a couple of hours and talk. So that is kind of where we're headed with the teaching and learning this year, and try to really put some systems in place that make teachers feel like their learning is meaningful. They are the experts in the building. While they have an area to grow in, they also have a lot of skills that they can help other teachers with. And then along with that, we are making sure that we have put the pieces in place that teachers have the time and support to really analyze their data, work with their curriculum, and make sure that we are moving kids through whatever tiers they need to in both directions. So that includes our SOAR block and just providing that time and support for collaboration with our coaches. So that's where we're headed with teaching and learning. So that's driver 1 and 4, and I'm going to turn it over to Karen to talk about back to driver 2.
Going backwards, so our school climate team has already had 2 very successful and productive meetings. Our team is comprised of not only myself and Amy, but we have several teachers on, we have several para-educators, we have our school clerk, and several parents forming this committee. And we have been working very hard to, what I feel is, stay on track with getting our plan submitted for our December submission, which I'm happy to say we are on track for that. And then also a highlight from that is that we're really trying to hone in on getting a clear, concise, Great Oak vision statement created that not only represents our students and our staff and our family, but something that we can use as the anchor for the rest of our work that we're doing in this committee. In my short time being here at Great Oak, what I can say is that really our goal is to just enhance the wonderful things that are happening here already, because Great Oak has some really great, wonderful, talented staff, really wonderful kids, as you've been able to hear them tonight, and we're just looking to really grow that here.
Key driver 3 for strategic communications. I think we're all looking forward to what may come out of this audit and plan. In the meantime, we'll continue to try and engage parents through weekly newsletters, our social media pages, as well as working closely with the PTO and other community organizations to make sure we're hearing what parents need and getting all of our information out to parents. And finally, for key driver 5, the future ready schools. This is a much bigger discussion at the district level. In terms of just thinking about what our more immediate needs might be at GOES, one of the things will be monitoring enrollment from these classes coming up from Quaker. Some of them are larger, just as we have a large bubble class now, where we have 7 sections versus 6. There are a few more that are coming up. And so space is going to become an issue if some of those bubble classes continue to grow and come up here. So being able to really look and plan for that We have the beautiful outdoor space. The greenhouse went up over the summer. Eric, myself, and Dr. Marino met with Mr. Buck, who's part of the Historical Society. They really want to try and get the school involved with the schoolhouse that was relocated and refinished. So we really want to make sure that we're utilizing the pieces of the community, the ones on our own property, as well as being able to, bus our kids to other areas in Oxford that have great, rich learning experiences to share. And then this is not a facilities piece, but along the lines of future planning, the success that we've seen through this model of coaching with K-5 between building the alignment from K going up, as well as that in the moment coaching that really is helping the teachers feel more confident, and it's guiding where we're going with professional learning in general and trying to create the experts in the building. I would love to see that at some point replicated with math. We need to build that same vertical alignment, build the capacity of our staff, build their confidence so that they feel like they have that support for math as well, and then to be able to bridge that up to the middle school. So if you ask me for a wish list, that would be on it. And that's really all that we have for you tonight. I know we ran a little bit long and I apologize, but thank you for letting us showcase our students. And we're happy to answer any questions you have.
Very good. Amy, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
As always.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Kids are great.
They are the best part.
Yeah. That's part of my job.
All right.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Karen.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay. And the fun begins with action items. Certified personnel. Mike?
I'd like to make a motion to approve the appointment of certified personnel Maria Kennedy as our new special education supervisor.
Second.
Do we have any discussion?
Maria's here. She's here. Okay.
Maria, could you stand up? Hi, Maria. How are you?
Good, how are you?
We're good. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? And motion carries. Congratulations and welcome.
Thank you so much, I appreciate it.
I feel like I'm talking to somebody way down the
Way back there.
Okay, next up is 6B, international trip to Spain for OHS students.
Motion to approve the international trip for Spain for the high school students.
Any seconds? A second. Any discussion? Hearing none. Those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. Personal note, I think this one's fantastic. Communications audit and plan proposal.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the communications audit for the amount of $7,500. Second.
All right, any discussion? Those in favor? Aye. Opposed?
No.
One opposition? Abstentions? Motion carries.
Let's move down the line.
Yep.
Motion to approve the replacement of ovens at the high school for the amount of $29,678.20 to be paid by, I believe it's the food service surplus.
Correct. Correct, yes.
Got a thumbs up or right?
I'll second that one. Any discussion on this?
Yeah, I have a couple questions.
Yep.
Why is this coming now? Is it broken? And why wasn't it budgeted?
Yes, this was just brought to us by the Whitson Food Services.
This is a good thing.
Yes. The issue is that all the timers are not working on the apparatus. It's very expensive to replace them. And right now, the top right oven, there are 4. If if you picture them in a grid, go over to the top right of them is not functioning, and now the bottom left element is not working.
How long have they been not working?
I don't know the answer to that question. The bottom left, I think, has been malfunctioning longer than the top right. But they are original to the building, and they are 17 years old.
Does anybody else have anything?
Is there money in the budget?
There's it's a food services surplus, so it wouldn't come out of our operating budget. Am I correct?
Correct, it would come from central activities.
Food services and central.
No, could you just clarify? Give us a little more info.
Sure, so the lunch program surplus, we have to report to the state every year because we're not supposed to really make money off of that. And that money is, any surplus you get out of that is really meant for improvement or replacement of equipment related to food service. So we had a pretty significant one last year, I believe, to about $40,000. So this takes care of most of that, which would make it easier for us to report back to the state as well as something else. And it's not, it's carried forward from the program, since the lunch program goes through the central activities and not the general fund accounts.
That makes sense.
Yep. Steve, you got anything?
No, it makes sense. That's what funnels into the pass through.
Anybody else have anything they want to add? Okay. Do I have a second on this?
Second. Yeah, you said.
I second it. Sorry. The second description. Those in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
I'm gonna oppose.
Opposes, abstain. Motion carries.
Okay, motion to approve entering into a trial membership with CABE in the amount of $3,738.
Discussion on this one.
The only question I have, Dr. Marino, you would like us, it's your recommendation that we join CABE and try it out for a year?
Yeah, I mean, we're using them. I mean, we pay, additional funds cost because we're not a member. But I think a 50% discount is worth it to give it a shot. And remember, it's for the 26, 27 years, so this doesn't start till next July. Okay. And then I know Vinny looked at it, and if we were to find it beneficial, the rate would double, correct, for the 20.
Yeah, they said it was a 50% discount for the truck.
I think it's worth a shot, and we have new board members coming on. They're the only vendor that provides the mandatory training now. So I think it'd be a good idea to try it.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I would just add to that, we had our meeting with new members orientation last week. And the packet that they got was substantially more expensive than it would have been if we were members. I'm not 100% sure about how more expensive that would be, but it was definitely more expensive. And I'm just going to echo that. New board members have a year to go through the CABE training. We can no longer use Zach as our trainer. That's against the law that was passed 2023.
23, yeah.
Somewhere's in there. So it could be beneficial. This is a trial run. I know some board members do have an issue with CABE. But I think it's worth doing a trial membership to see how it works. And then we possibly go in, was it 27, 28 school year. Does anybody have anything else to add? All right, so those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstain? And motion carries.
I think the water main motion, but I'm guessing Mike D'Agostino
Yes.
might want to add commentary. Motion to approve a water main repair in the amount of $18,000.
Second. Okay, discussion, Mike, D'Agostino?
Sure, I obtained 3 bids, as everyone knows. The water main that connects the municipal annex building to the Community Explorer Program building suffered a break. It was determined that we were originally not going to be repairing it by previous employees here. Decision has been made to investigate whether or not we should in fact repair it and what it would cost to do that. So I've received 3 bids. The low bid is $15,000. That's to dig up the line from the corner of the municipal annex building, the rear corner of the municipal annex building, to the Community Explorers building, replace the line, and then obviously repair and patch the asphalt. So we've received the 3 bids. They were all about the same area. And the low bidder is the vendor that we have used here in the past.
Karen, Ralph, any context you want to add to that?
The only, we're, as you know, we're in a partnership transition program with Monroe. And it came to light that when that program was put together, the partnership, that we would have a facility here in Oxford. When the students come over to this side, they have a place to have a base, do some instruction, but also, out in our community. So
right now it's functioning only in Monroe. So part of that partnership was that our students would have the opportunity to have not only some of their classes here, but have the opportunity to be close by so that they could access vocational sites, job sites, things like that. So
This is for
this is for our transition program.
yeah, and that includes, what, 18?
18 to 22.
Is it okay?
Have we clarified, the ability to use that property with the town? Because I know that became an issue of who was allowed to use it and wasn't. Did we have permission? Are we in good standing to do these repairs with the town?
That's something that I asked during the facilities meeting, and I did ask that you clarify that with the town. Is that,
I haven't received an answer back.
so you did contact them?
So it's good, if we spend this money, we can use it?
Well, I haven't received an answer back from Certainty and Zoning that what their plans are to use the building. They've been asking us what our plans are to use the building. So
So
my answer.
get that approval first?
At our time, my understanding is it's our building.
Right.
If they want to use our building,
I don't think they feel the same.
what's that?
I don't think they feel the same.
Yeah, I would rather have approval first before we spend the money to fix it. Why are we gonna spend money to fix it if we don't have a
Approval
building?
to use our own space.
You guys just said it's not necessarily our space to use, right?
I would just.
Which building is this?
This is
Old
the
Center
outer building
School?
on the side, on the right side of Center School. So if you're looking at the main entrance, it's an outbuilding on the side.
So is it officially still under our portfolio as a public school? Because we got rid of Center School, right, officially. So this is still listed as a facility that we.
And we have security on it, we have cameras on it. The town had us repair the entryway to make sure that it was handicap accessible. And that was our responsibility because it's our building,
There's a lot of things pointing to.
we
It
remodeled.
may not
the
be in that email, but
twice.
acknowledging that we're the tenant, more or less, but, right?
Yes.
Like these.
When we had flood, there were concerns about who was allowed to let that building be used, whether it was us or the town. So I don't know if that ever got clarified.
I believe they made, if I'm not correct, Mike, let me know. But I believe that they made us fix the handicap access
Yes.
to it,
Yes.
and that was on our dime.
That was correct.
I gotta be this is something that we need to do. I'm a little concerned that we haven't heard back from the town yet.
Should we table it?
Or approve it with the condition, because we're up against winter here, so we gotta,
So there we go. Yeah.
Make it contingent upon this town's approval.
So everybody okay with that?
I'm good with that.
Nicole, you good? Okay, so let's change the motion. We'll redo it.
Would you like me to make a motion to recant the motion?
I think you have to, unfortunately.
I'd like to make a motion to withdraw my initial motion to approve the water main repair in the amount of $18,000. I'd like to make a new motion to approve a water main repair in the amount of $18,000 contingent upon the town written approval. Excuse me.
Did you say 18 or 15, Mike?
18,000. There's a $3,000 contingency.
Oh, got it, okay, sorry.
Okay, let's rinse, lather, and repeat. Discussion. Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. Mike, Agustina, if you need help getting a response from me. Thank you.
Okay, this one is a long one, and I have to get it correct, so let me know if I say it wrong. I'd like to make a motion to approve a change of bank account signers for Ion Bank for the following accounts. 007 Central Activities X3403, 008 Hot Lunch Program X3411, 022 Educational Grants X3374, 015 Section 125 Payroll X2996, with the new signers being Ralph Marino Jr., Noah Langer, and Danielle Rodson.
Second.
Any discussion on that one? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? And the motion carries.
This one, I'm not sure which company we're going to use, and the amount changes. So before I go for the 10-year capital improvement plan motion, maybe, I don't know if, Mike, you wanted to.
Sure. So we did an RFP to have a 10-year needs assessment or comprehensive facility needs assessment performed. We received 5 respondents to the request for proposal. The successful bidder was Fryer Architecture out of Farmington, Connecticut. And the alternative to that would be QA&M Architects also out of Farmington, Connecticut. Successful bidder was $75,000.
Which is under the previous RFP of 84?
88,000.
88,000.
That's correct.
So we went from 2 bidders to 5. This is during our facilities meeting Friday morning. We had 2 last week. During our facilities meeting on Friday, John, is John here?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so John has worked with Fryer in the past. This is who he recommends and who ultimately the facilities subcommittee supports. I don't know, John, if you want to add to anything that I just said?
They do a lot of school work around the state of Connecticut. Most recently, the new second high school in Danbury, they were the architects for. Very professional, they're well versed in all the state regulations. They're premier firm.
Anybody else want to add anything?
Motion. Motion to approve the 10-year capital improvement architectural proposal for Fryer Architecture for the amount of $75,000.
Any further discussion?
Is that a
Sorry,
flat
sorry,
fee?
Jesus, that's it.
Yes.
That's a flat fee, there's no other add-ons or anything?
My understanding is it's a flat fee,
That's a flat fee, there's no add-ons or anything?
unless we change the proposal, I would imagine.
Well, it says, should it become necessary, a 15% contingency
Yeah.
for 11,000.
Let me,
Should we factor that into the amount?
So is the motion for 75,000 or is it for the whole amount of 86?
so this is an email from John to Dr. Marino, Michael D'Agostino, Noah, and Beth.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, you guys have it. Yeah, it should have become necessary, 15% contingency of about $11,250 for the total sum of $86,250 is less than the available minutes in the October 23rd, 2026 of 92,781. That's not right. Can, John or Noah, can you explain the contingency and how all that's going to work?
Well, we just felt that anything, really any facilities projects, you can come across things that you didn't expect to come across. And also if you needed any additional work with the budget cycle coming so soon, maybe we want some advance work to help us prepare the capital project.
I apologize, I read this wrong. So we do have the allotted funds in that line item. So the sum with the contingency would be 86,250. We have, as of October 23rd, 2026, $92,781, leaving a remaining balance of $6,531. That's correct, right, John?
Yes.
So again, is the motion for $75,000 or is it for the $86,000 for the 15% contingency? Should be the 86.
Yeah.
She gets to redo the motion.
I already typed it wrong. I just gotta say it.
Sorry, Nick.
So what's the motion to
Withdraw.
to make a motion to withdraw the prior motion for the 10-year capital improvement project? And then I'd like to make a motion to approve the 10-year.
Is there a second?
You got it?
We did last time, so we did this.
Do we want to accept that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, we got a second, anybody have any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries.
Do you want to state what account it's coming out of when we look to the motion?
Yeah.
So it's not, doesn't look like it's coming out of the general fund?
District activity.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the 10-year capital improvement architectural proposal for Fryer Architecture Company for the amount of $86,250 to be pulled from the district activities fund.
All right, we have a second, Joe. Any discussion on this one? Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? The motion carries.
For this one, I'm gonna make the motion, but I don't remember talking about it. Motion to approve the recommended action for the capital project network upgrade.
I'll second.
Okay, we have a second, so let's discuss. Anybody have anything they want to add? Any questions?
I just wanted to toss out there that this topic has been raised in facilities, finance, facilities. I think facilities has gotten a few rounds for this. We worked with Jim, we worked with the vendor, Fortinet. We've asked all the questions we could possibly ask. We pushed, we prodded to see how we could maximize the amount of money that's being spent on this to get the right equipment. And Jim's recommendation was satisfied the facility subcommittee. We don't vote at the subcommittee level, but we were happy with the proposal and we wanted to bring it to the board. So I don't know if anyone had any networking questions.
I'm just gonna add, that our meeting with, I believe, it's, Fortinet and 443, is that right, Jim?
That's correct.
Was it Friday?
No, Monday.
It was on Monday. They explained things in layman's terms to us, much better than Learn did. There was a pretty robust discussion about whether we're gonna move from 6E internet to 7. It was explained to us by consultants and by Jim that it would be that basically very few school districts use 7, which is the newest one, and that we would be better off not only because we don't really need the 7 yet. There would be cost savings by using 6E, as well as the need for 7 here in our district isn't really there yet. I don't know if Jim wants to add anything to that, but that was basically the synopsis of
That is correct. Yeah.
what happened.
I think they told us that they have more districts buying the step below ours than they do actually 7. The newest of Apple products don't have Wi-Fi 7, Wi-Fi 7 capable yet. So definitely a cost savings per access point is about $300 per access point for about 190 access points across the district. So it's a significant savings.
Jim, I know you can't predict the future, not asking you to, but we spend this money now, when are we gonna have to upgrade again?
They do go end of life. I can't tell you when they do.
Are we getting 5 years? Are we getting 10 years?
So you're probably looking around somewhere around 7 to 10.
Yeah.
The access points, you might need to upgrade eventually, but you can then go back to E-rate again for that. So, looking at half off again.
But we also look at what's being used. The equipment being used for the wireless, it's not the desktops, it's not the computer labs, it's Chromebooks and people's personal cell phones, maybe some tablets, but none of the cameras are using it, none of the infrastructure that we have, they're all using wired. So this only affects a very small number of devices in the grand scheme of things. And the likelihood that our Chromebooks are going to be pushing the bandwidth necessary for Wi-Fi 7, I doubt our internet in 5 to 7 years will be able to exceed the speed that you get from Wi-Fi 6E.
So just to be honest, I relied heavily on Mike for this, and Mike was satisfied with Jim's. I don't mean to speak for you, but Mike was satisfied with Jim's explanation in Fortinet and 443's explanation on this as well. And then we also talked about timeline. I don't know if you want to go into that, Jim?
Yeah, so it's a town purchase, so the town would have to create a PO for us. All the pieces are in stock. Part of the purchase would also come with some of 443's support in helping us convert over what we currently have to what we need to do. They won't do any of the actual installing, that would be Alex and I. So we would really kind of need to get it moving before like that May deadline for testing, for the SBAC testing.
And the May deadline is because we have end of life at the end of April.
Correct, well, that too, plus testing coming up. So we have grades 3 through 8 and 11 testing on for SBAC and next generation science testing. They all use Chromebooks, every one, so.
And the timing for the firewall, when you do the firewall, the access points, they have to be done at the same time. They can't be done piecemeal because the new access points won't work with the old firewall. The new firewall won't work with our old access points.
And the switches too. So
Yes.
the little, spaceship looking devices that's above your head right there, get their power from the switch. So there's no actual plug-in with old school, 3-prong plugs into the ceiling. Those are actually going over the cable into the switch. So we can't do that with the new access points and our old switches.
So is there a lot of risk? Is there a lot of risk trying to pull up those two things to come together in the middle of the school year with testing and all of a sudden?
Well, we do have Christmas break. We do have the holiday break, which we were during that time. So, is there? Yes, there is some. Fortinet's gonna do some looking for us before we purchase all the stuff, that, to see if we can't side by side them. There's definitely some conflicting.
But to do side by side, you have to run extra cables, so they're.
No, have them set up for us, and then we would just actually swap them out, like, almost like a hot swap. Right, so Alex and I would set them up in our office, get them ready to go out to the location, and then when we go out to the location, we unscrew, plug it in, plug everything back in, fire it up, and it should be ready to go. So, I mean, that's, if we stage it well enough, it shouldn't really be that long.
So we really tried, especially for myself and the facilities committee meeting, we really tried to put this in layman's terms. Learned did not do a good job of that. I really feel like Fortinet and 443 did an excellent job of that. And secondly, I don't know how much more we could do to make sure we're doing the right thing here. We really slowed things down and made sure we were doing everything the correct way. And we do have some end of life stuff. And as Jim was saying, we have testing going on that it's going to affect at the end of the year. I'm losing my voice too. Does anybody have any questions?
Yes. So that we were given allocation of 500 from the town, budget savings of 140, so is it less than 140, or what's the actual dollar amount?
I'm gonna let Jim answer that because he knows the E-rate. So we got $500,000. Thank you very much, I appreciate that. We get $500,000 from the town. We are approved for 147, is that correct, Jim?
Yeah.
Additional funds.
Well,
from
the E-rate won't go towards us. The way it works is 443 is going to purchase those devices from Fortinet, then they give them to us, and they fight the federal government for 147 change.
So is it pay the 147 or?
We don't pay the 147 actually.
Right.
Nope. It's all up to the vendor for 443 to deal with the federal government and get that money back.
Is the 147 or 140 less from the 500,000 or on top of it?
No, that would be on top of the
So the total project would be?
It's like 494, I think. I could pull it up and give you the exact number, but it's like, we're like $6,000 to the.
So it's not the 640,000, it's still the 500,000.
Correct.
And we're under budget.
Correct. Narrowly, but yes.
So they're getting a PO for 500,000 basically, or whatever.
Correct. The PO actually has less than 147.
Yep, okay.
Where their invoice does, when we cut the PO, I don't know how the town's gonna cut it, but we would put it in our PO.
Anybody else?
So what was the original E-rate? Like, wasn't it like 300,000 or something at one point? Oh, was it? I remember seeing some documents.
It depends on the equipment used. I know for our firewalls that they give us very little for the firewalls.
Yeah,
for whatever reason.
the firewall would have been like 25% essentially back. So we took that off the original because the E-rate consultant said we were over budget as per the federal government. So I had to start eliminating things off the E-rate to get into the budget. And firewalls was one of them because they weren't even part of category 2. I think up until the last series of 5 years.
So we're just doing the firewall without the E-rate.
Correct.
So it's firewall, switches, access points. That's the main block that we're doing.
And the 1 year renewal, 1 year support, which we normally put that in our regular operating budget.
Anybody else? Everybody's brain scrambled like mine is right now. Okay, so all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstain? Motion carries. Jim, thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna hand it over to Nicole.
All right, we got a bunch of policies that are down for second read. The first one is policy 0521. The only thing we're changing is the title and the contact person involved in the policy. Does anybody have any questions? All right, hearing none, I make a motion that we approve the policy as written.
Second.
Discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries.
Okay, next policy is policy 1300. Again, all we are doing is changing the contact person. Does anybody have any questions? Hearing none, I ask that we move forward and approve the policy 1300 as written.
Second.
Does anybody have any questions? Hearing none, I move that we approve policy 5105 as written.
Second.
Discussion? Those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries.
Next policy is 5110. It's down for a second read. We're making a technical edit regarding contact person. Does anybody have any questions? Hearing none, I move that we approve policy 5110 as written.
Second.
Discussion? Those in favor? Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries.
Next policy is 5118, deals with homeless students. Again, it's down for a second read. All we're doing is making a technical edit, changing the contact person. Does anybody have any questions? Hearing none, I move that we approve policy 5118 as written.
Second.
Discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries.
All right, next policy is 5145. It's down for a second read, technical edit regarding the contact person. Does anybody have any questions? Hearing none, I move that we approve policy 5145 as written.
Second.
Discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries.
And we have policy 2400, the evaluation of administrators and administration. Again, we are making a technical edit regarding contact information. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, hearing none, I move that we approve policy 2400 as written.
Second.
Snuck one in there on you.
All right, discussion? Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries.
Thank you very much. Thanks for making it easy.
Okay, number 7, report of the superintendent.
Okay, good evening, everyone. First, I want to thank Amy again and Karen, wonderful presentation. And Charlie definitely has my vote, so she's amazing. John Spang had to leave, but I want to thank John Spang for serving as our interim director of finance for the last 4 months. John has been a tremendous resource to the district as an experienced finance person, but also to me. As someone who worked both in New York and Connecticut, John was able to help me make that transition and understanding the vocabulary and terms and all the acronyms we have in education land. But he's been amazing and really helping us get the audit done, get it submitted to the town, and really be a mentor to Noah. And he is on our speed dials going forward, which he's offered. So I really appreciate John serving for the 4 months here at Oxford. On Friday, I had the opportunity to attend the Alice in Wonderland junior play at the middle school. It was absolutely amazing. I'm very proud of our students, but also our directors. And what I learned is that one of you also had a student director as part of it. So it was really impressive and a lot of hard work. Only 6 weeks preparing for that. For those who have seen, were able to see it, it's just remarkable how much progress the students made for our middle school play. Also had the opportunity to attend the Unified Sports announcement. We have the basketball team representing Connecticut in Minnesota in June for Unified Basketball. A very proud moment to unveil that, but also we received our USA Summer Games banner. So it was really impressive. And it's just amazing that we'll be representing Connecticut as the only basketball at Minnesota in June. Next month at our workshop meeting on the 12th, we will have just the initial kickoff on our budget, 26-27 budget planning and development process. So we'll be sharing some information with you. Actually 2 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to join my colleagues, fellow superintendents from Derby and Sonia Shelton. We presented to the Chamber of Commerce. They have about 25 people who are in their, it's called Government and Public Service Group. It's a cohort, I forgot how many, every weeks. Business folks in the 7 towns in the valley who aspire to give back to their communities, either being board members or not-for-profits, and really enjoyed the conversation with them, but also learning. You know, as a new superintendent, I have a lot to learn about the valley, and really enjoyed having conversations with these upcoming rising stars in our business community who want to give back, but also the 3 neighboring superintendents. 2 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to attend the New England Association of School Superintendents Conference in Vermont, and really another opportunity to network with superintendents in New England. And really a lot of conversation about the political uncertainty in Washington, D.C., but also school security and AI. There's just so much evolving there. Also, last week, I was invited to the Valley Council retreat over at Griffin Health at Quarry Walk. Again, focus was food insecurity in the 7 towns in the valley, and again, able to network and have conversations with a lot of not-for-profits or state and local agencies, really try to support our families in the valleys. I really enjoyed that invite and getting to know people. And lastly, it was a busy week last week. Attended the Valley Community Foundation annual meeting in Ansonia, and it's amazing how much the foundation oversees our scholarship program. I'm learning about that as well, but just the opportunity to build a network and be able to see what opportunities are out there to support our staff, but our students. So I really enjoy the welcoming that's from all the groups here in the Naugatuck Valley, because it's really helps me to kind of have a big picture of how we can support our community as a whole. So that's my report.
Report of the Assistant Superintendent, Karen.
Thank you. And thanks for the opportunity to just catch you up a little bit on what I've been doing since I've started. So, in addition to working hand in hand with Dr. Marino, I've been working really closely with Linda and Eric and Noah now, and John certainly in his capacity. And I think that the biggest through lines for me are around systems and legislation. Really understanding sort of how the systems that we have in place and the systems that we need in place are going to impact our schools, what current legislation is really impacting us at the school level, at the district level, related to human resources, related to finance. I've had the opportunity to attend a year 1 induction program that the Connecticut Association of Public School Superintendents is putting on for year 1 assistant soups. And that's really been great in terms of creating a network of my colleagues around the state. I also had the opportunity earlier this month to attend the yearly annual legal updates at the Connecticut Association of Schools. That's an organization mostly for school administrators, building leaders. I held a board of directors seat for them when I was a building leader, so it was nice to reconnect with that organization and do the legal updates. Zach was there, so that was nice. In terms of sort of the nitty gritty, I've been working most recently with Noah in particular on our title grants, and Eric and Linda have been working hand in hand with us, just looking at securing those federal funds that we do each year and submitting all of the necessary information. Related to our key driver 1 on high quality instruction and leadership, I've been beginning to meet one-on-one with our building leadership, principals and assistant principals, just to understand sort of the systems that work in schools and what support they need as building leaders. So beginning that leadership coaching, beginning to understand what the buildings need for support and what our leaders need for support in the buildings, working on goal setting. And then through that working, and Nicole knows, working on policy work, reviewing and updating what we need to do in policy, and then understanding how new legislation is really impacting what we need to do in terms of policy work, so that I can make sure that we have all of the policies and protections in place that we need for the district right now. Related to key driver 2 around school climate and culture, we've been working through this new Connecticut school climate policy. So our building leaders are leading that work at the school level, and you've heard that in these building reports that they've been given. They'll be submitting their building plans to me related to school climate before the winter break. And that's all part of the new legislation that's in place. So they're working with their building teams, sort of school community teams, and then we come together, the principals and I come together to talk about that at a district level. And then lastly, related to the teaching and learning framework, probably the most fun that I've been having is getting to do rounds with the principals and assistant principals from an instructional level, getting into classrooms and seeing what's going on in our classrooms and understanding, what are the things that we're really highlighting and proud of, what are the things that our school leaders are looking at in terms of wanting more professional learning for their staff and how I can support them in that. Eric and I have had conversations together and with our PDEC committee on what professional learning needs there are, what we can set up this year, what the future outlook looks like for the district. And then Linda and I have been talking a lot with our support services team on what they need and how we can best support them in their meetings, both at a school level and at a district level. And I think that covers it. That's a lot, that's it.
Type it away over here. Okay, report of the student representatives to the board.
Sorry, 1 second.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm up first. Sorry, man. I just have a couple of things. New member orientation occurred last week. It went very well. I do have to say that the orientation was much more involved and comprehensive than what Sue and I got 2 years ago when we came on the board. We did give them CABE documents and all sorts of, the package was what, guys, like, yeah, if you look at Karen over there, it was like that big. So that went very well. As I said earlier, I really leaned on Mike for the IT audit, as well as Jim Fortinet and 443. They really dumbed it down for me personally so that I understood what was going on. And, I think that went well. So thanks to Jim, Mike, Fortinet, and 443 for that. I want to take a second very quickly to thank the members that are moving on. Steve, Vic, and Joe. You will be missed, and I appreciate all that you have done over your term as board members. It's very much appreciated. I didn't realize John's last day. When is John's last day, or has it already happened?
Today.
So I want to thank John. He's not here anymore. But excellent job helping us with the transition. It could not have been easy. So I really appreciate John's help with all of that. And then finally, we're just at or slightly under 2 months in to the school system. And I want to thank Ralph, Garen, school administrators, teachers, everyone involved in the district for the smooth transition that I feel like has occurred, since we got all the new administrators and business managers and et cetera. It's been smooth. There are very few hiccups. And I just want to thank you all for that. Now you're up, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah, great. So we have an athletic report. Unfortunately, Kayla's not here to share that. But boys soccer is qualified for states, and they went to their NBLs. Volleyball has also qualified for states for the first time in 4 years, so we're excited for that. They're also going to NBLs for cross country. We only lost one meet this season, and Joseph De Luis, a senior, he won the NBLs, and then 10 athletes are going to states. With girls swim, they finished their NBLs and were undefeated for the first time. And then football, it's the final 5 weeks. We're 2-3 right now, 2 wins, 3 losses, and we're going to be at Torrington next game. For unified sports, we're going to the NBLs for soccer, and we're going to host that tomorrow, actually. And then school council started up. Spirit Week is next week. And And then we have an assembly tomorrow, so shorter schedule for us.
Thank you very much. All right, second, audience of citizens. Would anybody like to speak?
I'm not a resident of Oxford, but I do just want to echo, I really appreciate the board and Ralph having John here. He did a wonderful job with giving a good clean cut at the end of the last fiscal year, helping me adjust to going from my prior role into this. And he's just a genuinely nice guy and a good human being. So he's, he's open to coming back, and I'm sure we'll probably have him come back at some point to just give a little check on our budget progress. But he's been a tremendous help, so I appreciate that from the board and Ralph.
Thank you, Noah.
Thanks, Noah.
Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Hearing none, we're going to go to committee reports. That's Facilities, Safe School and Transportation, Building Committee, that's me. We basically went through what we've been dealing with for the last 3 or 4 months earlier tonight. We got the 10-year capital plan handled. Thank you for your votes on that. I appreciate it. We got communications handled as well. The IT audit. There was a lot going on over the last 3 to 4 months. It has all kind of come to a head here, and we'll be tackling new issues as they come. So that's, anybody have any questions for me on any of that? Outgoing member Joe, thanks for your participation on the facilities meeting and appreciate it. And then Deb with curriculum, technology and communications.
We had a meeting last Monday. We talked about the college credits. We're still waiting for information from WestCon for some programs. We also talked that the program of study will be updated again in January. We talked about 2 new courses at the high school, a forest forensics class, and a catering program at the high school with chef. We talked about the personal finance class that we're still waiting for additional information to make sure that what we're teaching balances out to the program, and whether or not it's going to be, we're going to have an AP version of the personal finance program. The state's doing a large push for dual credit and industrial certifications. We spent a lot of time going through the district data report, which Eric will present to the board the second meeting in November, first meeting in November. And we went through some of the stuff that we thought would be beneficial for the board as far as definitions and more outlining of the report. I would also like to thank Vic and Steve for your help with curriculum. It hasn't been an easy path through this curriculum mess that we had, but you guys really helped a lot, and I appreciate everything that you did, so thank you.
Policy and quality, Nicole.
We have another policy committee meeting coming up on November 6th, so we'll have a new round of things for you guys to
review. Finance, insurance, and personnel, Steve.
Yeah, so I'm gonna defer to Noah. I had to miss that meeting last minute for a business reason, so first subcommittee meeting I think I've ever missed. But I read the minutes and everything, but I'll let Noah just give the highlights.
Yeah, so we briefly reviewed the year-to-date through September 30 financials. So far, we're looking pretty good. Most of our expenses for the year have been encumbered. A few things we're keeping an eye on, but until those encumberments become actuals, there's not really any need to work on any budget transfers. We discussed the capital IT project, and went to facilities then. And then we also went through the draft calendar for the budget cycle. So as it's been mentioned, we're kind of getting close to kicking it off. We're probably going to send out the instructions in the next couple days. We already have sent out budget instructions for capital budgets. And John and I have begun meeting with our school leaders. And then the last piece was discussion around the 2% non-lapsing reserve. And John had researched, it went for the prior year, the 49,000 and change had gone back to the town, I believe in a separate account, upon a concern from the finance committee members that were in attendance. We are currently holding last year's non-lapsing funds until we meet with our auditors, which should be in the next few weeks.
Anything to add, Mike?
Nope, that's great.
Thanks, Noah. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Noah.
And Steve, thank you for your commitment to the finance subcommittee. Liaison report, we'll start with Sue.
Our big Halloween bingo is this Thursday, designer bags. So if you want to try to win a designer bag, come on out. I think we're at like 86 people signed up so far, so we're good. Hopefully the weather will hold. Festival of Trees will be 12/12 to 12/13. So we're working on getting all the stuff ready for that. And we're bringing back a fan favorite from years ago. It used to be the Harlem Rockets. Now they're the Harlem Wizards, which is a basketball team that comes in. Kids used to love that. So we're going to try it again and see. That'll be March 28th.
They haven't been around since pre-COVID, right?
Yeah,
I
it's
think
been
it
a
was
while.
2019.
I don't even remember the last
They
time
were
we did
good.
them. They were
Yeah,
fun.
they were good. It's a fun time. Molly, are you here?
PTO.
PTO?
Those ladies are rocking it. Those ladies are bopping and hopping at every school. Lots of great field trips have been happening at Quaker, Goes, and the middle school. We had the privilege of wrapping boograms for the middle school, getting those all ready for the kids. That was actually a really fun morning together. We had a lot of fun. I'm grateful for the sense of community that it brings and how those ladies can just sit at a table for hours and just make boograms for people. It's so fun. These ladies are just such a pivotal pillar of our community. They make things happen for our schools. They finance as many field trips as they can. I have not heard them say no yet, unless you don't put in your request on time. But they are really making sure that our community is rock solid. They're planning things, community events. They're just an amazing force to watch. The next meeting is November 20th, and yeah.
Thank you, Molly. Last but certainly not least, outgoing board member remarks. I'm just going to work my way around the table, starting with Steve. If you'd like to say anything, Steve.
No, it's just, so basically 8 years seems like a long time, but it's gone very quickly. And I appreciate all the friendships that I made, relationships I made, the partnerships we've had on this board. It's like, you come in here trying to make a difference, and one thing one of my mentors in the past left me, like, no matter what job you take or what you do, leave it better than you found it. I feel like I've at least done that much here. My going away present for the board is, I know we've been talking a lot about how do we engage the community, whether it's businesses for fundraising, or maybe the next internship, or the next go visit them. I'm assembling a database of every company in Oxford with contact information. Sometimes it's just an office phone, sometimes it's a mobile phone, sometimes it's an email. In addition to people who identified themselves, professionals who identified themselves as Oxford people associated with companies in Connecticut. So there might be a little correlation there we could plan, but it's a long list. And I'm gonna look for one of you guys to give me like a school Google Docs or some shared place where I can place it. And it can be open for use in the schools or the board. So that's my little going away present.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you for your service, Steve.
Thank you. It's been great.
Vic?
I want to take the time to thank and express my gratitude to the voters of Oxford that allowed me to be here for 8 years, along with the parents that had to listen to me on there and at the meetings here. So I prepared this in-depth speech with the details of all the things that we've done, but the fifth graders outshined me so drastically. I thought I would turn it around and let it go at that. But I did want to take and present a couple gifts, but since I'll do it as a unit. But to our new student board members, I have a couple books on leadership in not leaderships for you, but what is involved in leadership, which will be a good entree for working with the board. So I'll give a book down here, and I'll leave you a book for the other student representative. And so it, and I have an accumulation of books from curriculum from high schools working for careers and careers for students today. That'll lead them. Maybe we can build a little library for that kind of, books and stuff so that you can reference them. A lot on how to work with the superintendent and how to work with other board members, both of which I never read. And so you'll find that this line in it is in very good shape. And so again, I want to thank, it's been a wonderful 8 years, a fast 8 years. And like Steve, we were here in the beginning. I know we made a lot of changes and we built a great foundation, and you people that are remaining are gonna have to build on that. And there's a lot of building to be done, and so we left you with a good foundation. So it's been a pleasure with you, mostly having up here, but and that kind of thing. But I do have, in addition to that, I've worked with Linda and Marlene in the past, and I presented one picture which is going into the museum of the old center school, the wall. And I like things in threes, so this will kind of give a panoramic view. So I will present this to y'all. Now it has a pizza and taco.
You know I like to eat.
And I did invent the vertical pizza, and it works very well. But it only works in the space lab where there's no gravity. Here you call it lasagna because it's all at the bottom. So if you look open that up and show it them, but thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And
Pictures. Yes.
they can do that. Welcome, Molly.
Hey.
Good folks, they're not great. I hope you're in there on that.
Hey, Vic.
Again, thank you very much.
Guys, could you come right up here so we can get some pictures, all three of you, please.
And my shirt says it all. I'll be in the garage.
Oh, look at that. Yes, thank you. Thank you. These are amazing.
So Vic, explain what we're looking at here. And
Thank you.
a lot of people know, but some don't. So those were on the walls at center school, correct?
Yep.
Oh, yes. We walked in, it was Marlene's office, my office, and this is what we'd see every day. Yep.
And I wanted to get it recorded before maybe it gets knocked down or something, or painted over. So between the three pictures, it kind of covers.
It does. It's awesome. It's awesome. Great job. Great job.
So thank you very much.
Oh,
I love
thank
you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vic.
Okay.
We all appreciate your service and we thank you very much for your time.
It's been enjoyable. Most of the time.
All right, Joe, follow that if you can.
I was gonna say, nobody's ever followed Vic, but I've had the chance to meet and work with a lot of good people in school district so far. I want to say thank you to everybody that I've worked with in the past year and a half plus-ish, since starting on here. I know Dr. Marino has heard me say many times, the board's heard me say, we've got a lot of good people, staff, principals, admin, superintendents. The pillars are there. We just need to make sure we keep letting them do the great work that they've done and will continue to do, and we'll see the success from it. So, thank you.
Thanks, Joe. Anybody crying? No? All right, number 13, executive session. Actually, before we do that, hold on. Would any of the board members like to say anything to the outgoing members?
No, sure. Yeah, I just want to thank you guys, all three of you for the service. Steve, I joined the board it started with you making a recommendation there was an opening and you actually tossed it out there. You said to George Temple, hey, I know a guy who would be interested in serving. So I want to say thank you for that. We've had a lot of great years, passing good budgets, helping to educate kids, helping to do things, putting kids first. We've had a lot of initiatives through the years, and it's been a wild ride. I mean, for me, it's been 6 years, and I just wanted to say thank you.
Thank you.
All three of you. So thank you.
Anybody else? Once again, I thank all three of you for your time, your effort, and your service. Thanks, guys. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you. Okay, been great.
All right. We got two more things to get through. Executive session 2025, 2026, superintendent evaluation form.
I'd like to make a motion to enter into executive session for the purpose of discussing the 2025-2026 superintendent evaluation form, and I would further move that Superintendent Dr. Ralph Marino be invited into the executive session.
Second. Hearing the second, do we have any discussion? Those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. Take a little bit of a break so we can go to the back.
You're doing a great job. I know we'll continue.